I'm Connor Botkin. I'm from the States. Originally from Utah, but went to school at University of Colorado. And then I was in the Peace Corps for 2 years following that in Ghana.
Interesting.
And that, yeah, I guess I was pre-med before. And being out in Ghana really changed my perspective. And I wanted to focus a little bit more on environment and development. So I enrolled in University of East Anglia. And I'm doing the international development with a focus on climate change.
Okay, very interesting. And what about you?
I'm Marco Arena. I come from the city, from Milan, and I've studied economics before. And then I had the possibility to work on climate change adaptation in the Pacific for UNDP. And after that, I just wanted to do something a little bit more specific. So I joined the University of East Anglia. I met Connor. Then we heard about this idea. We thought it was a fantastic opportunity, and we just participated. We involved our friends from our university, and we created the video.
I think we're trying to reframe the way that we think about consumption. So taking out that middleman. If you watch our video, you'll notice that people have a relationship with current energy sources, fossil fuel, some big issues that are leading to climate change. So that's coal for energy, petrol that we use in our cars. And you take out that, you take out the car, you take out the heating system, and you realize that if we actually consume these materials differently, then would we continue to have our lifestyle that we have today? So I think it's trying to reframe our lifestyle, saying that maybe it's not best both for ourselves and for our planet. And then try to think of it, Marco really wanted to push this idea in particular of opportunity. Climate change is a way of waking up almost, and looking at the way that we're consuming our natural resources, and then rethinking that, and climate change could be the opportunity for that.
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, it was challenging because in 30 seconds, try to change people's behavior. I don't know if it's a mission impossible, actually. So we tried, actually what we wanted to do is to create some powerful images. I think we tried to do that, for example, with the girl that eats charcoals. We wanted to actually shock people a little bit, but we think that the best way to make people change is not actually to draw a green future about disasters and all these negative discourses about climate change, but we try to actually expose it as something that can give us the opportunity to change. And I mean, I think we did a really good job.
And I think that one of the things we're trying to, I guess, leave it open for interpretation, whether it's a personal choice, micro or macro. Not saying to people, do what you can, I guess. We can't tell people specifically what to do, but whatever is in your power. I think a lot of people might feel that they're powerless to help, but either switching off the lights or doing something small, but then also rethinking society and seeing if we can look at the larger picture. So I think it both comes at a personal and policy, and covering both lifestyle of an individual and of a society.
Perfect. I have another individual question for you guys. How do you think the U.S. is doing for this global problem that we're all facing?
Well, yep. I guess coming from the U.S., that's one thing that I'm excited to get back and really talk with people about, because I think we do need to reframe the way that we think about climate change. And we need to get over the hurdle of both believing in climate change and getting people to support policy for it. Now the Keystone XL is something that's a hot topic right now in the States, and I think that's going to be a good indicator of the current administration and the U.S. views on climate change. If we build this pipeline, then that's another couple decades of reliance on fossil fuels. So we have a lot of long way to come. But individual cities, L.A. and San Francisco and New York are on a more green path. So it doesn't necessarily have to be the country as a whole, but the individual and the city level. People can move past, I think, faster than the country. But be great to see some increased action and awareness.
Okay, perfect. And what about Italy?
About Italy, so I think it's the same, similar to US. I think politics is always one step behind people. I mean, I think there is a lot of awareness around people want to change, and they also, let's imagine, I take the example of Milan. Milan was a city where everybody used to take the car. Things are changing because people realize that moving with bikes is much faster, is much cleaner, much cheaper, so it's an opportunity again. And I think that if we want a political change, this has to come, and has to be pushed by people. People actually are far ahead than politics. So I strongly believe that people will make the change.
I mean, I think that we all should act as stewards of this planet, and whether that's, I guess, personal or corporate or political, national, reframing the way that we see our role as humans, rather than dominating over nature, you know, helping to protect it, not only for the environment and the other species that live on the planet, but you know, for our own survival. So I'd say individually, yeah, we're both responsible at corporate level. I mean, just as humans, we have so much power now that it's up to us how we use it.
Of course, yes.
I think we saw in the last years, 20 years, that speaking about who has the responsibility, who should be accountable for these questions has brought us on a wrong path. I think everybody is blaming somebody else, and we are just procrastinating. I think we should totally ban this question and start to, every single country should start to act, because this is the only way. And this is not just about countries, it's also about people. It's also about not just at grassroots level and the higher level, but also, for example, at city level. It's really important. A lot of cities are doing a lot, just without central government. So I think it has to be, the answer has to come from all the strata of the society, and people have to change the mentality of who is responsible for.